Good evening, sir.
Hello, hi, good morning. Sorry, good evening. So you guys are so quick, huh? Waiting for 8:30. Good, good. I think today we have one more candidate. Yesterday we had 6, right? Today we have 7. Okay.
Yes, sir, I was not present to study, sir.
Okay, that's why I was looking for that. Today we have 7 associate. Okay, so we can start, I think, without any delay, and this is very perfect thing that within 2 minutes everyone joined and we can save our time. Regarding to one most important topic, that was the India-China relation, and we already discussed about the India-China relations bilateral relation. Also yesterday we discussed China-Pakistan economic corridor and the consequences for India, and also how it is beneficial for the China and Pakistan. Okay, so now one segment is remaining, that is you can say belongs to China, that is South China Sea dispute. So what is South China Sea dispute, and why it is so important, why across the globe everyone is talking about the South China Sea, and how China is showing muscle power in the South China Sea, and why China is not following international rules in the South China Sea. So this is the agenda for today. If we will have time, then definitely we will go for the another topic. But first of all, we have to discuss this point, and once everyone will clarify this point, after that I will conclude this point. So we can start this topic, and I will just ask Chaitanya first for just initiate conversation and just explain regarding to South China Sea, and how you can just consider 2 or 3 points. One point is how South China Sea is important for the China, how it is important for the, you can say, for South Korea, Japan, and other Asian countries, and what is the dispute in the South China Sea, and why USA is so aggressively opposing the China in the South China Sea, and how it is important for India. So these are the 4 or 5 points. So you can pick up 2 or 3 points and explain these points. Yeah, Chaitanya, please go ahead.
Okay. So when we talk about South China Sea, the total area of South China Sea is around 36 lakh square kilometer. Also, around 11 billion barrel of crude oil is found there. Also, 266 trillion cubic feet of natural gas storage there, which is enough for 50 years of upcoming years for the world. So the main dispute is that China says that according to the map of 1947, China claims a 9-dash line there, according to which China says that all the ocean area which comes under the 9-dash line is by China, and also by international agreements, 12 nautical miles, that is EEZ, around the 9-dash line will be also occupied by China. So the main reason is that 30% of the total world trade goes surpasses from the South China Sea. So the plan of China is that China will capture that whole the ocean area around the 9-dash line, and China will impose heavy taxes and duties on each and every ship passing from there. So this will become a major source of income for China. Also, as we know that China have a great defense system in Chinese country, and also due to its heavy economy, China make fear of other countries, that in 2020 there was an incident like Vietnamese ship was passing there, and Chinese ship hit that ship and submerged the Vietnamese ship. So China wanted to give a message to the small countries that this is China's area, and if anyone will try that, China will take actions against the country. So in recent time, the main issue is that China is more aggressive after the COVID, and China is using its economy to show power to small countries. So USA with other countries, and especially Quad. So they have the major plan to stop China in this area. And recently, uh, India have done a missile deal with Philippines, which is very crucial for that area, because Philippines lie under that South China Sea area only. So it is a message for China that Philippines will be more powerful after that. Also, the countries which lie near the South China Sea, like Brunei Island, Thailand, Indonesia, are also in negotiations with India that they will soon purchase BrahMos from India. So the Indian power will strong in this area, and it will influence other countries also. So this is my point, sir.
Perfect. So you excellently explained this point, and I'm looking for from the everyone and this kind of explanation, because definitely you spend a lot of time, I think, regarding to this point, and that speed should be there in the everyone. If you people will just spend like time like this and will just work on the content, definitely nobody can stop you, right? So excellent explanation, definitely. And now we can go for the next. So Priyanshu Kumar Tiwari, you can go ahead for the explain your point of view. If you see any dispute from the Chaitanya, definitely you can raise that point. Otherwise, you can just share your point of view. Yeah, Chaitanya. Sorry, yeah, Priyanshu, please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Mm. As we know, South China Sea is a is largely it is only it is we are using this route for our, many countries are using this sea route for their trades. Mm,
Okay, no problem. So if that is the most important point, if you don't know much how you have to explain, then best way is you just pick up the point from the other associate which explain the point, right? Like Chaitanya mentioned some excellent points. So if you are not aware that how you have to speak, then just pick up the point, like you can mention, just like my friend Chaitanya just mentioned, that this is, you can say, biggest most of the trade is happening from this area, and this is minerals are very rich in this area. So these kind of points you can just highlight if you not get any point in your mind. So that should be there. You have to practice on this point. Okay, so now right now we will go for the next associate. So Priyanshu Khoka, you can go ahead.
Good evening to all.
Yeah, hi, good evening.
In my opinion, I want to divide the South China Sea topic in mostly 4 parts. Firstly, introduction. South China Sea is the major part of Western Pacific Ocean, and it is named as South China Sea because it lies in the south of China, and its importance is much because connects Indian Ocean to Indian Ocean to Pacific Ocean via state of Malacca. And the major why China is focusing more and showing its hegemony in South China Sea is because South China Sea contains large amount of crude oils and energy and gases in its seabeds, and China want to see its hegemony because it is a major, because from here trillions of dollars of trade goes on for various countries like USA, India, and Vietnam, China, Philippines, and China was to control all this and wants to impose heavy taxes to raise its economy. Recent times, USA has USA ship come in South China Sea, and hence China feels threat of it, and China mentioned that it is that it violently that it has violently come in the South China Sea, and it is not the rule to be in the South China Sea of USA. And for India, India is not a part of the dispute, but India wants to secure its energy needs. India wants to secure its energy needs and various things in South China Sea. And uh, mainly India is focusing on the South China Sea because uh, uh, India India has many has much importance of South China Sea because India also trades with the eastern countries via South China Sea, and USA has also claimed that China wants to like build a sand wall for traders in the South China Sea, Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Okay, so you also perform well and mention the most of the point positively. So that is a very good thing. So now we will go for a next associate. So Amitabh Gupta, you can go ahead.
Jai Hind, everyone.
Yeah, hi, Jain.
Uh, South China Sea is one of the most trade route, and about 30% trade is performed there this route through the whole world. And China disturbing neighbors country in the South China Sea. This is the reason many country is a part wants to BrahMos missile from the India, and in South China Sea there are a lot of uh, crude oil and gas and many things are in the South China Sea, and this is the reason South China Sea is important. And India is also trying to restrict the China's monopoly in the South China Sea because it is the most important for India also, because India about 30% trade are performing by this route. This is the reason South China Sea is also important for India. That's all.
Okay, good. Okay, so day by day everyone is getting improved, right? So there is improvement in your communication also. Perfect. So now we can go ahead with the next associate, who is Nisu Rohilla. You can go ahead for explain the point.
Good morning, good evening, everyone. South
Hi, good evening.
China Sea is marginal sea of Western Pacific region. It is spread over area 30 lakh kilometers square. We can at first we need to know about why South China Sea is important for China. We can see that South China Sea is spreading over a large area, and petroleum, gas, and other natural resources are deposited in very large quantity. If China was able to emit these natural resources, then China become independent from other countries for the exports of natural gas, petroleum, and oil. There is another factor for China for importance of South China Sea for China. We can see that about 30% trading ships are passing through this area. If China starts tax on these ships, then it also helps to boost up Chinese economy. There is an strategical importance for China of a South Asian Sea. We can see that if in future China can make pressures on other countries whose ships are passing through that area. Thank you.
Perfect. Very good. So now we can go for I think Sonu Kumar and Kuswan 2 are remaining. Sonu, you can go ahead. After that, Kuswan, please be prepared.
Talking about South China Sea is a marginal area in Western Pacific Ocean, surrounded by Vietnam, Philippines, Brunei, and some other countries, and the southern part of China. It is important for China because it is important for China and other countries also there, because it has large amount of minerals, natural gases, fisheries are the most important, which is for that poor country there, and also about part of the world's trade pass through South China Sea. So it is important for all. Now talking about the conflicts with China, that what China is doing. China is now making a natural islands which it can use in future for India. India has not that much problem with that South China Sea directly, but because India has relation with the Asian nation. So due to relationship, it is problem for India, and India state can also get bind if China dominance increase in the South China Sea. It also give boost to the string of pulse policy of China, and we all know that China has a common policy of expansion. So there is a body, international body named UN clause, which gives law for the maritime disputes, but China does not follow the UN clause law and expand their maritime boundaries so that the law of 12 nautical mile get expanded, and it want to reach near the India, and in future they can use that Iceland for military purpose for India. And India has also a good relation with that Pacific nation country, so it can levy heavy taxes on the India on terms of trade. That's all.
Perfect. Okay, so you mentioned 2-3 terms. That is very good thing. One is 12 nautical miles. So that is very important point. 12 nautical miles generally use, like if you have your boundary line, international boundary. So from there you can use 12 nautical miles for your exclusive economic zone, you can say this is called. So that area is considered your area. 12 nautical miles will equivalent approximately, you can say 20 kilometer. Okay, so that is exclusive economic zone and nobody other can just use that area. So that is very positive. Second point you mentioned regarding to natural islands, but these are the artificial island, right? This is man-made islands. Yeah, so that should be, you should be careful when you mention this kind of, you can say mistakes will be identified, right? So just be careful regarding these points. Overall good, you explained brilliantly. So next is Kuswant. Now Kuswant, you can go ahead and explain the point of view.
Yes,
What is
sir.
your thinking regarding South China Sea?
South China Sea is a part of Pacific Ocean, and it is located in the middle of China, Taiwan, Japan, and ASEAN countries, and is very important for China because in it oils, natural gases, and highly different types of fisheries are the major resources in this South China Sea, and it is most important for the trade purpose for China, Taiwan. Taiwan and China also before some years disputed again, and USA is also engaged in this South China Sea dispute because USA is 50% of trade through South China Sea. So when China claims all the South China Sea his own territory, so USA engaged in the war and it tell that um, USA deployed US Navy near the South China Sea, and better relations with Taiwan and Japan, and USA sent fighter jets to the Taiwan and the ASEAN countries also, and quad formation, Japan, India, Australia, and USA for to conquer the threat of China and make the AUKUS group, and India engaged also in this South China Sea because India signs with the BrahMos deal with Philippines, and in the future time India signs with the Vietnam also a BrahMos deal. Um, before some year, India signs Indian organization ONGC signs a deal with Vietnam, drilling the oil and natural gases through from South China Sea. But China opposed it. You mm, cannot drill the oil and natural gases from South China Sea. So it's negotiated to India. So it is disputed between India and China, and all many topics that they are. This is the main topic, sir, and I conclude it.
Okay, perfect. Okay, good. So like you mentioned many years ago or some years ago, it will be good if you just going for a specific topic for preparation, then it will be great if you can just mention the years, like 2011 was there when there was Indian company ONGC was there, and there were disputes. And Manmohan Singh after that threatened that if our economic interest will be compromised, then we will use our force. So that was in 2011 when India was claiming that this is a Vietnamese area, and we are working with Vietnam for utilize this area. Okay, so this is the point. Now I think everyone concluded. Now let me just explain some point, and after that we can go for your doubts. Okay, so let me share my screen. Second.
Sir, I want to add a point.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Sir, in recent years, China have created artificial islands by pouring sand over there, and they are using these islands as the military base.
Correct. One second. Okay, so okay, perfect. So now you can see South China Sea is there, and like you guys just explained and that how South China Sea is disputed and what is the main cause. So you already covered most of the you people already covered most of the points, and the most important points were the this is, you can say, resource rich, definitely. So that is the most important point. Apart from that, how China is playing in the South China Sea, that is also most important point. Like Chaitanya had mentioned 9-dash line, so that is a good point. China is claiming as per 9-dash line, and they are saying that complete South China Sea belongs to China only. And even sometimes they claim that this is called South China Sea. This is name also belongs to China, so that's why it's you can say from ancient time it's a Chinese territory. And for just fortify this claim, what China is doing, just like artificial island, they are preparing artificial islands. And like I think Nishu had mentioned, this is a 12 nautical miles, that exclusive economic zone. So if you have any particular islands, then definitely that radius of the 12 nautical miles will belongs to you. So in that scenario, if you just create some artificial islands, then definitely you will claim the very large area, right? So in that way also, in different from different angle, China is just trying to claim most of the South China Sea. So you can see these partial islands and partly islands, right? So China is trying to create artificial island. Now there are, you can say, approximately 10 to 11 countries which are claiming. You can see in map clearly that there is Philippines is there, Vietnam is there, Brunei is there, and Malaysia and Singapore and Indonesia. Every country is claiming the South China Sea, but China is very forcefully just controlling it. So for you can say USA says that you have to follow the international rules, and India also backed that same point. And how India is backing that point, because in the some year past there were the claim or dispute between India and Bangladesh regarding to sea area only, and that claim was the won by Bangladesh, and India gave up that claim. So India is giving that example that, see, we are also following the international rules, and you have to follow the international rules. But even when hearing was going on regarding to South China Sea, and during that time China even not participated in that hearing, and China denied that we will not accept orders which mentioned in this hearing. So overall this scenario, and this is very much important for the, you can say, for South Korea, Japan, and other Asian countries, because most of the trade, like you guys mentioned, 30% of approximately of across the globe trade is happening from that, 30% is happening from the South China Sea. So these are the some points, and definitely China is growing very rapidly, and China is trying to capture this complete area for just fulfill future requirements and also show their hegemony in the area. So these are the some points. Now you can ask any queries, any doubts. You can answer, add some more points here if someone will ask, like like BrahMos missile you people mentioned, but that will come if you talk about the sting opals and reverse sting opals. In that scenario, that point will be most, or you can say more relevant. Hey, if you will mention the BrahMos missile, then that will not show much more relevant. If that will point will come regarding to sting opals and reverse sting opals, then you can claim that Vietnam is there, Manila is, Philippines is there, right? So if China is just fortifying area in the, you can say, Indian Ocean, in that scenario, India is also countering, and India is also, you can say, just providing, you can say, missiles to countries which belongs near to China. Okay, so these are the points you can conclude. Yeah, you can ask question.
And sir, to counter it, China, India has also deployed some navy in Vietnam.
Yeah, definitely. That is, you can say, India is trying to just engage the most of the countries, the South China Sea, because definitely if
Sir.
China will control that area, then this is risky for the most of the countries. Like we have very good relation in the Asian countries. We have very high trade in the Asian countries, along with the, you can say, Japan and South Korea. So in that scenario, definitely there will be consequences for India as well if China will claim and fortify this area. Right now, China just created these artificial islands, and they are just deploying missiles and everything there. They completely militarize these artificial islands. Initially, they said that no, we are not just going to militarize this area, but now they deployed, and even if any international ships are going there, then they are just providing warning that this is the Chinese area, and you have to just confirm that, yeah, from which country you belongs, and this kind of scenario is happening. So you can say definitely there will be much more conflict in the coming years. Yeah, so now
Sir,
you can go.
Sir, I want to ask a question that China only claimed of that free maritime zone, or it also had captured some parts of Vietnam, Philippines, or that country.
China, not only that artificial islands you are talking, that if China is just control those areas, or most of the South China Sea, right? So China is completely
Yes.
claiming that 9 dash line area, like which Chaitanya had mentioned. And if you will just look into the our previous diagram, this is the, you can say, complete area which is China is claiming. This red line is
They
there,
are
right?
not interfering with the China is not interfering in the Brunei, Indonesia, and Philippines, Vietnam nautical maritime area, or it has also captured it.
No, they are not. 12 economic nautical miles is only 20 kilometers, right? So 20 kilometers, definitely they can't do that. They can't just go in that exclusive economic zone area of the other nation. But South China Sea is a huge area, right? This is not only 20 nautical miles. Definitely, they are just avoiding this, you can say, 12 nautical mile area for every near to every country. But apart from that, they are claiming the complete South China Sea. These 9 dash lines, you can say, these are the area.
Sir,
Okay.
they are also claiming several islands, partial islands, partly islands, and also countries like Vietnam, China, Taiwan. Vietnam, Taiwan, and Philippines also claim the same islands, but China is claiming that the islands belong to them.
Yeah, definitely. And even they are just using force for control those areas. So that is the most important thing. And USA is trying hard for, you can say, push back the China, but definitely this is, you can say, very close to China. So very easy to operate for China. But for USA, definitely they have to bring the aircraft carrier in this area, right? So right now, definitely, most of the time USA have aircraft carrier in this area, but it's very difficult, and I don't think so for long time USA will be able to maintain this this, you can say, military power in this area.
And
Yes,
sir,
sir.
claims that it is not his first means it is he is not the first one who is making the artificial islands in that South China area. Even Vietnam and the Philippines had also made the um, artificial islands many years before. And
Okay.
China has started to make the artificial islands after 2014.
Correct, correct. Yeah, so even I'm not aware about that point, but like if you are mentioning that one, so that is the very important point we have to observe from the Chinese side. Whatever they claim, they have very strong justification regarding to that point. So you can say for internationally, for play with you, you can say in general scenario also, right? Like we say that if any criminal is going to perform any crime, then that person know that how to play with you can say for law, right? So same way China is doing. China is, if doing something wrong, then they know that how to play with these international rules or laws. So might be that that is true, but I am not aware that Vietnam and Philippines is was also creating artificial intelligence. But definitely I will look into that one.
Sir, do you not think that these are the results of partiality with the powers, partiality with the country which have more power and less power in the international forum like UN and all these international body?
Yeah, definitely. There are the different, you can say, arguments regarding to these points, right? Somehow you can say this is true because for most of the time, Western countries only control these international organizations. Even you can talk about the from the 1945. Also, you can talk about the United Nations, World Bank, IMF Bank. These are mostly controlled by the Western countries, right? And definitely now China is pushing very hard for just show their power. Like we already had discussed in our previous sessions that and there were very limited you can say contribution from the Chinese side for IMF and World Bank, and when BRICS countries just created a new development bank. After that only, or you can say just created BRICS formation. After that only there were the, you can say, changes in the World Bank contribution, or you can say sharing. So definitely there was the partiality, but for justify that partiality now, if China is doing wrong, then there could be this point you should not mention in the, you can say, debate when you just there, but we can't do right in our country also. If there is, you can say, if we justify for bring the communal harmony, you can say, if we communalize our communities right now, we can just we destroy the other things in our country. We can't say that in past there were the, you can say, something wrong happened with us, so we can do that right now. That is not justified, right? So same way China can't do that if China say that there was wrong with us in past. And definitely there were some Mao also had mentioned clearly in book that this is humiliation. Chinese call this is humiliation, that how Japan just controlled the China, and that is called humiliation. They just still that remember that China was humiliated in the past, and now they want to take revenge, or you can say avenge for this humiliation. So that is the theory from their side, and they just trying very hard for work on it.
Okay, sir.
Sir, what will be the next step by the small countries nearby South China Sea to destroy the hegemony of China in South China Sea?
Yeah, it definitely, like Quad formation is coming now. After that, AUKUS is there, right? So AUKUS is completely focused for the South China Sea. Apart from the AUKUS, right now, Japan and Australia also have bilateral security agreements recently. So over the time, definitely these other countries will be gang up all together against the China.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Also,
Sir, I
and
have
US after providing the some nuclear-based submarine to Australia for counter-attacking the current rise of China.
Yeah, perfect. That is in the AUKUS. Definitely, we will discuss AUKUS and Quad. So tomorrow we will keep a new point that will be AUKUS and Quad. What is Quad? What is AUKUS? And what is the difference between both of them? And what is going on regarding this? So we will connect on Monday, not tomorrow. And on Monday at 25, we will connect again. Okay. Okay. So we can wrap up the call for today. Thank you all. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Jai Hind, sir.
Jai.